I try not to make assumptions. It's obvious, you see. When I do it wrong, I make an ass of you and me. I'm going to level with you. This is my least favorite of the rhymes and affirmations, actually, and of the 4 agreements. I feel like saying I won't make assumptions is like a double-edged sword. Sometimes you can make a really good assumption and really help somebody out. Like assuming somebody needs help with a door because their hands are full, good assumption. Assuming somebody needs help with a door because they are a woman, bad assumption. So, an assumption is one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it's a gray area. And I've always felt that I make some pretty good assumptions. Like I recently went into an office and everyone was carrying around a cup of tea. And it was like a thing with them. Like, hey, I'm going to grab a cup of tea and then we'll have our meeting. Or would you like some tea while we have, and they were all having tea together. And, so I thought, I kind of assume that if I were to buy everybody some really cute, they make these really cute teacups that have little hand warmers in there. And I thought, oh my gosh, if I had a reason to give them a gift, I would give them these awesome little hand warming teacups because they look cozy and they all looked so cozy with their little teacups. And I'm assuming that's something that would make a good gift. And maybe I'm just using assumption the wrong way. I don't know. Also, this rhyme that I wrote, I totally used that really awful saying, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me, because it uses the word ass, you and me in it. And I never really liked that rhyme, or that saying, but because I wanted to include all the agreements, and I do find that this agreement does help in conjunction with being impeccable with your word, not taking things personally, and the 4th one, the 10th affirmation you'll hear tomorrow. I do feel it works well with that. I decided I will keep it and I will make it into a rhyme just to remind myself that we don't have to make any assumptions and I'm going to give you some examples here where we do not need to make assumptions in our life. So for instance, yesterday's was that I won't take it personally whenever I feel slighted because my feelings are a choice. I choose not to feel blighted. Now, that actually happened in the story I told way back when I talked about giving gifts to people and being, nice to someone who's even being negative to me. When the lady got an attitude with me while she was taking down Christmas decorations, like I said, I don't need to diagnose that. I don't have to assume that it's because of the Christmas decoration or the fact that she had the TV blaring or the fact that we came in around lunchtime. I mean, why make assumptions? The facts are that she was kind of not the happiest. For whatever reason, she wasn't being super kind, and I just chose what my reaction would be. I don't have to choose for her what her reaction is going to be or anything like that. So I didn't make any assumptions. I just then told her how beautiful those decorations looked while they were up, and thanked her for, for decorating the place. So that was an assumption I didn't make. When I talked yesterday about somebody, or I think it was 2 days ago, passing me in the car and using my words and my thoughts impeccably, and instead of getting upset about somebody thinking they need to pass me by, first of all, why make the assumption it has anything to do with me and my speed? It's very possible they really love passing people and that was fun for them. It's also very possible that I typically got passed a lot on this one road. It was out in the middle of nowhere. It was a country road, and I have to admit, sometimes even I would have a little fun going really fast on it because it was like a straightaway in the middle of fields. And come on, if you've ever driven or enjoy driving at all, just flying down that road is a lot of fun. So somebody passing me on that road, you find out quickly, you don't have to make any assumption about that. You don't have to assume it's about you. You don't have to assume that person's even angrily driving past you. Maybe they're joyfully driving past you. And that's where being impeccable with your word and your thoughts helps, because you just say, I'm not going to go there. But then also it's a little reminder too that sometimes you go there because you're making an assumption about somebody. And it's easy to do this through email when you're not talking to somebody in person and you assume that because they're not using emojis or exclamation points that they're in a rotten mood or they're kind of yelling at you. Very careful. Don't make assumptions about emails or text messages, or because somebody's having a bad day or maybe somebody has a headache and they're just not giving you the energy that you're used to getting. It's easy to make an assumption about how they feel about you. So this is a good reminder that just let it go. Remember, we don't need to make assumptions about the people or the things coming at us. We only just get to decide what we put back into the world. So sort of that paying forward thing. Make assumptions about yourself. And that's about the only one that's really like, okay, right? So this is not, obviously my favorite. I hope I did a good job explaining it. I would say that if you would like further explanation and a much more eloquent description of what it means not to make assumptions on a daily basis, then you should check out this book. I highly recommend it. And bonus, it looks great on a coffee table. So I'll be back tomorrow. As always, bye.